let's start off by talking about who should you prioritize, who should you be summoning for, pulling for, whatever, right? Right out the get-go, it depends on your situation, right? It depends on your account's situation and what your account has. For example, right, the two banners going on right now, or that are going to happen, I'm sorry. First is Imbibiter Lune, then is Fushuang. You really like Imbibiter Lune, but that second team is seeming a little dry with damage, right? You only have good supports, right? Let's say you have amazing supports for the first team, amazing supports for the second team, but you know, that second team is the only team with a DPS character. You need another DPS character. In that situation, it's fine to summon for a second DPS character because that's all you're missing, right? You already have sustainability, you have heals, you have buffs, you have debuffs, right? You have everything you need, you just need damage. Fine, you can go for the DPS character. Now some people might say, oh, then just summon for the support character, more is better. It's like, no bro, like I can't I gotta beat it in less than 4 or something, right? So yeah, it just depends on your situation. You need a DPS character, go for the DPS character. Now let's say you have 2 DPS characters, right, and they're both incredible, but your supports are kind of dookie. Then in that situation, it's understandable, go for supports, right? Go for supports, because to be honest, no support in this game is really dookie. They just they're just you know. No support in this game is actually dookie. They're just you know, it's so it's like, in that situation, just summon for supports. Right at the beginning of the game, you shouldn't even be worrying about Memory of Chaos, because you don't have anything to do it with. Okay, buddy, you will not get far. You will not get far at all. So don't worry about Memory of Chaos in the beginning. I recommend that you just worry about one single team and start off by building supports, then worry about a DPS character. Literally, what makes a DPS character is the supports. Yes, the DPS characters can deal amazing damage on their own, but who's gonna heal them? Who's gonna buff them? Who's gonna debuff the enemy? You know? Who's gonna give him a shield? Like, you see what I mean? Like, it's way more valuable to summon for supports than it is to summon for a DPS character. But again, it depends on your situation. So just think about it like that. With Lycones is literally almost the same story, right? Let's say you have Bronya, Tengyun, and Yukong. And I say let's say because I know you don't have them. You definitely don't. Come on, man. And you really need past and future on all these characters, right? Like me, I superimpositioned past and future already, and it's like, oh, I already messed up, right? Because Yukon could use that, Tingyun could use that, but I already messed up by literally putting it in superimposition 5. I could have literally just waited, be patient, and every character that needs past and future would have past and future. So as soon as you get copies of Planetary Rendezvous or whatever, don't superimpose it. Just wait, you know, wait and confirm to see which characters need that light cone. Then you can, you know, base it off that, oh, only 2 characters need this light cone, so let me just move this one to superimposition 3, right? Just think about it like that. Be resourceful, brother. Be resourceful. Don't be like me. I already FUCK'd my account, which isn't good, right? You don't want to be in the situation that I am. Now for choices is literally just being resourceful. Again, level up what needs to be leveled up and don't worry about anything else. Let's see for a better character where I did this. Pella, right? For Pella, she is a debuffer, you know, she's nihility, she's going to need effect hit rate, and most of the things that are going to be that you need to prioritize on her kit is her ultimate. Honestly, just her ultimate, to be honest, because it's enough to debuff every single enemy, right? Maybe her talent would work too because it restores a bit of energy. And don't be an idiot like me and leveling up her basic attack. Like, why would you? Why would you level up her basic attack? She's not a DPS character, even though she's portrayed as one, right? The game portrays her as a DPS character. She's not a DPS character. Her damage is negligible. It's not that good. Like, your DPS character is going to kill that enemy before Pella can even jump in and do anything. So just worry about only her ultimate. Don't be like me leveling up her skill and her basic attack. Like, that's pointless. Just worry about her ultimate. Be resourceful. Make sure you know what that character's important traces are instead of just immediately spreading your resources too thin just because, oh, this looks cool. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. With relics, you want to focus on doing the right cavern of corrosion. Let's say you need some attack and you have your Natasha. Path of Drifting is an incredible cavern to farm just because it gives you sets that a lot of supports are going to use. 4-piece Musketeer could work on Pella, it could work on Yukon, it could work on what's her name, it could work on Bronya, it can work on so many characters, right? So it's a good set. It's a good budget set. It can also work on Blade. It could work on Imbibitor Lunae. It can work on a lot of characters. The whole thing that I'm trying to say is farm for the relics that give you the best value. That just don't just focus on like relics that are super good just because, oh, this is his tailored relic. Like this relic, the Longingivitis Disciple, I could have skipped it and just used Musketeer for my blade. Yes, my damage would have been lower, but I decided to still farm for this even though I had good pieces of Musketeer. If you want to be resourceful, just make sure you are farming for gear that it's for everyone, not just one character. So Path of Elixirs, Jesus, I never read that name. What a mouthful. Anyways, this set right here, Messenger Traversing, oh my god, these names are crazy. Messenger Traversing Hackerspace, right? It's an amazing set for supports like Bronya, like Yukon, Tingyun, Natasha, Pella. Like, it works for every single character, but is it really worth farming for it when this one piece right here, the one piece is real? You know, I'm sorry, that was kind of cringy. I don't even use cringy like that, but that was cringy as fuck. I'm sorry, but this set doesn't work for a lot of characters is what I'm trying to say. So it would be best to summon for the Path of Drifting just because it gives you, you know, support gear, mainly for healers, for abundance, and then it gives you, again, support / DPS gear, which is the 4-piece Musketeer. So hey, that kind of rhymed. So just farm for Path of Drifting if you need to build up a character. Like, let's say if you have Seal and you have Jeopard and you want to farm gear for both of them, Path of Providence is amazing, right? Because you can use this on Seal and you can use this on, you know, Fire Trailblazer. You can use this on, what's his name? Jeopard, right? And you'll be fine. You'll be cool. And you can even use it on some supports as well if you want to give them some survivability or sustainability or whatever, right? So yeah, it's all good, bro. It's all good. And this isn't just about how to like be efficient with farming caverns of corrosion. It can also apply to calyxes, right? Like farming for the weapon materials, the tracer materials. It can apply to all of this, right? Let's say this day you don't have anything to farm, right? You don't need to farm anything. Then you can farm for these. It's easy value. You still get XP, even if it's just 50. You still get XP, some books as well, which will guarantee the levels of upcoming characters, right? You won't be broke by then. Summarize real quick. You want to focus on summoning for characters that your account really needs. That's number one. Number two is be efficient with your Lycones. Wait till, you know, everybody confirms which character needs what before you superimpose something. The traces, just focus on what's important in that character's kit. If the basic attack is what they'll be using the most, then level up the basic attack before everything else. You see? Relics, just focus on the relics that can be universally used by every single character, right? Again, let's go over it. 2-piece Musketeer, like this is an amazing example, right? I'm using 2-piece Musketeer and I'm using this garbage, which actually shouldn't be on Imbibitor Lunae. Alright, so the idiot that made the video forgot to mention, for planar ornaments you want to use Simulator Universe 3. It's just was so seriously. Ageless, Fleet of the Ageless is incredible for supports, and then Space Sealings Station is incredible for DPS characters, right? And then if you want to take it a step further beyond it, where you're comfortable that you can farm anything you want without a problem, Broken Keel and Ritalin Arena are incredible. Broken Keel is amazing because it gives you 10% more crit damage to all allies, and Ritalin Arena is incredible for DPS characters, I'm sorry, because it enhances the skill damage, and that's about it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go back to sipping my Lipton tea, and you guys have an amazing one.